to the You Are Loved podcast, where we hope to bring love and kindness to the world.
Welcome to another You Are Loved podcast. So excited to have Aly on with us today. Aly Breathe is a business and mindset mentor for female founders and the host of the Brave Enough to Win podcast, where she coaches women live on air to create powerful breakthroughs in business and life. At the core of Aly's work is coaching enriched by the depth of psychology and therapeutic principles. She helps women who appear successful on the outside but feel blocked on the inside free themselves from the invisible nets of doubt, perfectionism, and unworthiness placed in them by society and people around them. Aly often describes her clients as the ocean, vast, powerful, and full of hidden depths. But many are held back by those invisible nets that stop them from diving into their true potential. Her role is that of a diver. She goes beneath the surface with them, helping to untangle what holds them back so they can rise with clarity, courage, and confidence to create the impact and freedom they dream of. Her mission is simple yet profound: to remind women that they are already worthy, brave enough to win, and capable of creating lives and businesses noted in love, faith, and freedom. Beyond her work, Aly finds joy in dancing, playing badminton, biking, and staying active in the gym. She dreams of living a full, nomadic life by the ocean, driving each day and embracing the freedom that inspires in her clients, as she inspires in her clients. Welcome, Aly. Thank you so much for hopping on today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having this opportunity and for having me today.
Yeah. So I've been looking forward to this interview. Now, one of the things that you talk about is breaking invisible nets. So you talk about women being held back, by them with like doubt, perfectionism, unworthiness. Can you walk us through like a powerful example of how you've helped a client identify and cut through one of those nets?
Yeah,
or maybe
absolutely.
even yourself?
Yeah, and that's exactly what I wanted to do because we are our first best clients, and we want to make sure that everything that we are teaching others is first to go and worked through our own understanding and our own body and mindset, and then we can open it up for others as well. My net was I need to be slimmer to be loved. I needed to work harder to be loved. I needed to do something else, which the core root of that was I am not good enough as I am. And once I had that, then I really needed to work harder to prove myself of the value that I'm good enough and that other people in the very beginning of my life, my parents were loving me for who I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a very, very big journey of really breaking that through and really realizing that I have that first of all. Every first transformation starts from awareness and understanding what is really holding you back. It was so long for me to really get a deep understanding of what's truly holding me back. And once I realized that, it's been quite a few years to really work through so many coaching sessions, so many therapy sessions, so many different ways of diving deep into that ocean and meeting that net face to face, which I was so scared of. First of all, I was like so scared to admit that something is wrong with me, or I have like that limiting thoughts and beliefs. But when I realized that it's okay to have them. It's okay to understand that that is happening, and that is so human-like to experience that. And then I was able to move to a different continent by myself without almost no money and no connections at all at 22, build my whole life here and go through education, go through moving to three different provinces, creating my life from scratch by myself completely. Meeting friends and start building a really healthy relationship only once I really realized that everything is okay with me, and the fact that I'm experiencing some emotions or some doubts about myself doesn't mean anything about me. And it all encompasses of me being able to build business right now and help others to go through the very same thing, go through fears, go through all of the I'm not good enough, how can I text this person and invite them to a call with me, and every tiny net that they didn't realize how much they stopping them. But
Hmm.
once we really dive deep, they are able to, first of all, understand that that is okay, that all of us have it, and then tune into their full potential and start diving deep and achieving and living from the place of everything is okay with me. I don't need to keep chasing. I'm okay as I am right now.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
And that's one of the things, like with perfectionism, like sometimes perfectionism, that this unrealistic perfectionism that I may have for myself is in a way where it's held me back and leads to procrastination. And I found that there's just so much beauty and imperfection, because that's some of the things that help and make us unique.
Mhm.
So a lot of times, like in our culture, it's really praised as a strength. So how do you help women like move past that, where it's actually a mask holding them back? And what do you think is like one mindset shift that they can make to begin like releasing it?
Yeah. Two things that I want to give you as an answer to this question. Number one, there was a study where they got people from the streets and they made them do a pot from the, not glue, but from the clay, and people were moved into two different groups. Group number one was doing one pot for the month. So every 30 days, they were coming in and they were doing one pot, like coming back to where that they finished before and creating that one pot. The
Mm,
second group were doing one pot, one new pot every day. So they were
mm,
coming and they were starting from scratch every day. So by the end, the second group finished doing 30 different pots rather than the first one was doing just one pot. Then it was a way of all of them to put all of their final pots all together, and the jury who didn't know which group was it, they were guessing which pot is the best one. Like they were just like voting and seeing who which pot is best one. I want to ask you, which group, which team do you think won? The one that were doing one pot for the 30 days, or the one that were doing one pot every day?
probably the one that did one pot for 30 days, and it was probably towards the end was the ones that they selected.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was the most powerful thing because we just need to make as many mistakes as possible to learn on our own mistakes. We
Hmm.
are human creatures. We cannot learn, no matter how many times our mom told us wear that hat in the winter. We needed to go one or two times without that hat to prove our mom right, but didn't tell her about that, but to make sure that she's really right,
Yeah.
because we need to feel like the only way how people are learning is really through our own mistakes, through our own going, trying, failing, and then realizing what is the way that works for me. We can steal
Hmm.
so many. um, that's also the interesting answer to the question that you're asking me. Perfect is a label that we are defining. I am, as Aly Breathe, defining whether this is perfect or not. And usually that definition comes from comparison with another person. And usually it is the person who is far away, far ahead on the same journey that we are, or
Mm,
maybe on the parallel journey, and we try to compare and we try to think of them as a perfect because their life seems to be perfect. Maybe that we see them on Instagram or on Facebook and we see them as perfect, and then we want the same. Then we want the same happiness. Then we want the same amount of money or success or fame, and we are trying our best and the hardest to get there. But the reality is always about coming back and realizing what is perfect for you. What does it
mm,
really mean? And it was the most like one of the very very powerful realization for one of my podcast clients guests and a client as well. She told me, well, yeah, because maybe my perfect would be the amount or like the percentage and the productivity that I bring on Monday would be 100%. The productivity that I bring on Tuesday will be maybe 50%. On Wednesday, it's going to be 70. On Tuesday, on Thursday, it's going to be 10. And this all is going to be perfect because that is perfect for me and that is how I define it, because I know what my flow during a week is and how it is all going. And the shift in the mindset that I really invite everyone to tune into, and we all heard this phrase, but it's another question about how do we internalize it. The phrase is done is better than perfect. Go ahead, do that messy clay pot every single day in order for you to know your own way in a month, into to know what works for you and what not, rather than comparing yourself to others, to other gurus, to other people who are teaching in this space. Go ahead and do your own mistakes to really learn what is the most aligned with you right now in this moment in time.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, where did you move from and like where did you move to? And can you share a little bit about that?
Do you mean
That transition, like you said, you moved countries
oh yeah,
or
yeah,
several
yeah,
places that
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Sorry, I
So
should have asked that right when you mentioned it, but
no worries. I'm originally from Russia. I was born and raised there. We traveled a lot with my parents throughout Europe and in different countries, which I'm very very grateful for. And that created a desire for me to start moving into different places and learning other languages and countries and cultures. In 2018, I was living for 4 months in Germany to study abroad, and there was a very big realization that I don't want to live in a country that doesn't speak English, because I really like English and I want to live in a country that is in English. And then 6 months later, I went in 2019 in USA just to work there for 5 months, and then that was my first hard experience because I was working like, I don't know, 6 days a week, 13, 14 hours days sometimes. And
it's like
it
welcome to
was,
America.
yeah, but it was a program, work and travel. I don't know whether anyone is familiar about that. And over there, I was selling pictures to people in the restaurants, like selling their own pictures to them in the restaurants. And
Yeah.
it basically were sales. And I worked my ass off. Honestly, I will not just like really shy away from that, because first of all, the money and the difference in currency and the amount of money that I were able to make during that time was unheard of for me back in Russia, because well, I made in 5 months being in US. Oh, I think like an amount of money that people are doing like maybe in a year or two in Russia, especially with the comparison of currency and everything. And then I came back and started understanding like, what do I want to do with that money? Because many people are coming back and buying house or car. I was like, that's not the thing that I really want. And I first thought that I wanted to immigrate to Australia because it's warm and it's English. And then it was COVID, and then my plans were not as I wanted. And then I stayed in Russia for 1 more year, and I decided to move to Canada because it was easier and cheaper and much more opportunities to then stay. And yeah, right now I am in Canada, and the overall movement was, first, I didn't really realize how hard it would be. To be very honest, I was like so bold and so I will just do that, and I just want to do that, and I will go ahead and try. And then when you are living first 8 months in the middle of nowhere, it's a very very big word, but still, we are like, I was living first 8 months. First, it was just after the COVID, and I needed to stay inside the home for 2 weeks for a quarantine and not seeing anyone. And then when I was able to go away, I realized that I am on the border between the small cities in Ontario. I'm not in the middle of the downtown, and to go to downtown is just 1 hour away. And I was just like, I don't have any activities there, don't have any ways to make friends here. I was like, what am I doing here? And then I was working 2 different jobs, then I was studying in 2 different places. Plus also it's a new culture, it's a new like need to adapt and everything. It was quite tough. Me looking backward, I was burnt out. And
Yeah.
especially because a month in, I was laid off from the company that I hoped that would held me through that period. And when it didn't, and when I laid off, I was like, oh my lord. I was so stressed. I thought that I would need to go back, just because it was the only way of like that I see and saw of going through that thing. And then like in I believe 10 or in 10 days I was able to find a job that I sold myself to, and they created a new position for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was a realization, a big one, that I can do that. I can do that in like I can sell myself. I can prove my value in a completely different country, and they are creating a job offer from scratch for me just because I was able to make them interested in me. And what is interesting also, fast forward 4 years, a month ago now, I was laid off from that company.
Wow.
And it was a moment of boom, realization of, oh my lord, like what am I doing next? Because I had plans. I wanted to starting building business on the side, and then when it is going up, then I will be able to leave that job. But I was like, well, I guess that is not the plan right now. I guess that
Right.
life has another plan right now. And I decided to see that as my best, worst moment. In a way, it was so hard and so emotional for me to leave that stability and to remove that very good ground in front of me. But then I was like, well, you wanted to go to business so long. Maybe that's the moment for you. Maybe that's the moment for you to really start going deep there. And 5 days ago, I enrolled my first client after the moment of being laid off. And I was
That's
like,
awesome.
well, I guess that if you really want to do something, the universe will help you if you are very clear about what you want to
Yeah.
do and where you want to go.
That's awesome. That's exciting. And so, like I am a Christian, so I believe in God, and I feel like the Lord like opens up opportunities there's reasons why other doors get closed. And so that way it gives us space to be able to open up another opportunity. Like I'm in transition back to Florida after living in Atlanta for 19 years when I left Florida in 2006. And I've come back, and it's always been super easy for me to get a corporate job and through connections and like all this stuff. So I've been working, part-time now since I've moved back and growing my business. Here it's just been kind of crazy, and I just keep getting rejection letter after rejection letter after, oh, thank you for taking the time, blah blah blah, the standard crap. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I'm thinking, well, maybe, and I have other stuff opening up, so I'm like, all right, Lord, I'm like, this is you that I'm here for my family, I'm trying to take care of stuff for them. And what I have coming up in regards to bills and stuff. And it's like, okay, so what's going to be next? You've got to open up these doors. I appreciate it, and I'm speaking it into existence, and just opening up those avenues for my business to help sustain me and my partner. So it's just really like, I'm like, okay, well, obviously I keep getting these rejection letters because this is not where God wants me to be. And right now I don't know that I'm even in an emotional space to be in corporate America. So I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now, even though it doesn't really pay much, but I'm enjoying it. So that's good. Now, when we go through transitions like that, and obviously we have to fight these voices in our head and heal from stuff in the past that's held us back to take these types of risks. I mean, now it's a huge risk for yourself to move to these different countries, and I think that's absolutely amazing. And you did it during COVID, and that's even crazier per se. So it's like you left the stability of your family and just everything there to go and be adventurous and step out on something new. Now, a lot of us have go back to these invisible nets. How do you help your clients now, like women, begin to silence or reframe those external voices so they can tune into their true selves?
Yeah, absolutely. Number one, we are going deep and realizing what is that very thing that holds them back. What is the main core root voice that was there? And why, like you mentioned in my bio, that I'm combining therapy and coaching as well, because through therapy we are going back and understanding what was that core root that happened, what was that core idea that they are holding to that dearly, that doesn't allow them to go in front, to go deeper. And when we realize that, I help them to first let it go in the moment, but then train them what to do when it comes back. Those avenues of the neuropaths that were created in our head while we were believing in this thought for decades, very hard to switch, very hard to change. Because we basically need to create a completely new road through the forest for for the neurons to keep going in a new direction on a new road to achieve a different result that they were achieving before. Because if they would do the same, if they are doing the same actions every single day, if they are thinking the same very thoughts every single day, they are not getting anywhere new. In order for them to get somewhere new, they need new thoughts, new emotions, and new actions. These are the main core three things that I am working with them on. And it's just the main core idea is awareness and understanding how to tweak it, because the main core ideas that I am helping realize them about that very thought, for example, it's a core root: I am not good enough, right? And first of all, we are breaking it down. What does it mean good? What does it mean enough? Who decides what is good and what is enough? And let's really break this down. What does it mean? This is number one. Number two, we are asking, I am not good enough. Is it 100% factual truth? Like, is it that someone can go in the court and prove it, that you are not good enough? No. And we haven't signed any contract that we need to be X thing for being a good person enough, right?
Right.
Then when we realize, and 100%, like the 100% answer is that is not true. Number two is, does it help you anyway? When you believe I am not good enough, does it help you in any way to achieve the thing that you want to achieve? And again, 100%, that is no. And then we go deeper and understand, like, what will happen in your life, in your business, if you keep believing in this thought every single day? You keep repeating it to yourself every single day. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. What then will shift in front of you? And most likely they would just like, oh, well, nothing will shift and I will just be in debt and I will be without business, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to work because I'm just in the mindset of everything is bad, low energy, not being able to see opportunities, not being able to see those open doors in front of them, and being stuck in that, in repeating the same actions all over again and being stuck in the same place, or maybe even going less and lower, because then it affects our energy and then it creates some tension in our personal life as well. And then I am making them realize, let's come back to the main values, the main core big why you are building the thing that you are building right now. More
Mm.
main core big why, the dream that you're having is there. Why is it there? Let's come back to those values. Let's come back to this why, and let's have it in front of you. And really focusing on that when you are making any decisions. Focusing on, I love help women. I love making a transition and a big transformation in their life. That is very important to me, and I know deep down why, because I had some like cases when it was very clear for me that I need to go and do that. So I walked you right now in a very brief moments of what I am doing. It is very easy to see when I am just talking about that. It is a very big process when we're going through that in a client, because we need to first of all really find that root, and then when we are able to, we are changing it. At the main core idea why it is possible is because and when we believe that our thoughts are not us, right? When we understand that I am not good enough is a thought, is not who I am, is a thought that came to me from outside, not what is true about me, and not what is fact about me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can put it on a paper, I can remove it from my head, outside of my body, and start questioning it. Because when it is inside of my body, inside of my head, I can't really question it. I can't double check it and doubt whether that's true or not, because it's inside, and it's very hard for ourselves to prove to ourselves that we are not right, because our brain
Mm-hmm.
wired to be right, and we want to
Mm.
be right. And the first doubt, the first good doubt that I'm creating in my clients' head and mindset is that you are not your thoughts, and your thoughts haven't been helping you so far. So that's why let's go and change them.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Uh, when I was going through like a while ago, I used to build Amway business, and one of the biggest things they would always state is like we don't ever outgrow, like our business doesn't ever outgrow our self-image, and so our life, our lifestyle, our quality of life, and all that will never outgrow what we believe about ourselves and what we believe that we've earned or deserve or can achieve, right? And a lot of times that uh will blur the lines, and that's one of the reasons why we help with balancing everything out between relationships, career, and self-care, because a lot of times we will negate one portion of that for ourselves, and because we pour out so much as women. So can you share how business challenges often mirror like our internal blocks, and how addressing one can heal the other?
Yeah, absolutely. I love this question. Number one thing that is happening with so many of us is when we come from a place where everyone around us were telling, oh no, that's enough, or oh no, um, the phrase that my parents were telling me a lot when I was a kid, and even now they very very much believe in it. I will try to translate it as close to English as possible. It's like, there is good in life, and we need to take it very slowly. Like, we need to understand that when we got a bit of goodness in our life, it's okay to step back and say it's enough. We
Hmm.
need to be careful of how much good we are taking and how much good we are accepting. And like for example, if we are going into adventurous park or the park of attractions, and me, like, I wanted to keep going, I wanted to experience those emotions and have fun and keep being there as a kid, but my
Hmm.
parents would say, oh no, it's enough, because they were worried that after some threshold we will overtake that limit of goodness and something bad will happen.
Mm.
So it's just like understanding that. And I know that if I were more prepared, I would explain it better, but I really hope that it makes sense. So coming back to business and realizing where do you coming from, and how does it affect you? So often women are coming to me and they're just like, I don't have money and I need leads and I'm afraid to charge them more. That's the 90% of people who are coming to me. And we are coming back to, okay, how much do you want to charge? And how much are you charging? And why these two numbers are very, very different. And how we can change that. And why was it so hard for you to change that? Because we as women especially, we want to keep giving, nurturing others, keep giving and keep helping and keep making them and making ourselves seeing through them as good as possible. And that's why we lower the prices so people will be able to afford us. We think that we are Mother Teresa and keep really helping every single one out there, but not realizing that we are really removing the value first. We are not helping them, because when people are investing in us and in our services much more money than in everyone else, they see much more value and they are much more invested, which means that they would implement everything much more and much deeper, to a much deeper level, and that will create much more shift in them. So by lowering the prices, we are removing the level of shift that they can experience. And number 3 is your energy. Once you are working with clients who doesn't pay that much and that well, your energy is completely different, and you can't serve them on that depth. So you are basically swimming in the nets in your ocean.
Yeah.
And you are providing them that depth of service. And when you are able to go through those nets and dive deep, you are serving on a completely different level. Then you are not pushing them into anything. Then you are just inviting them and see whether they want or not. Then it's energy of, I am a magnet and everyone is coming to me. And I know that the thing that I'm telling you is right. Whether you see that or not, in a way, that's your problem. But I know that I can help you. Do you want to go there and see how it can be a reality for you?
Yeah.
Then the energy is completely different, rather than, oh, I need the money because I really want to pay my bills, and can you please come and work with me? From that energy, we are selling and we are pushing. We need to come to an energy, I'm inviting you to buy, and I am inviting you to get a decision for yourself. No one likes to be sold. Everyone loves to buy. And when we realizing that, like, when I go, I don't know, in Target or anywhere, I want to buy that lipstick or I want to buy that t-shirt, and I feel good when I am making my choice and when I realizing the value of what it brings and excitement of how I will wear it. We all love that feeling. We never love the feeling of some clerks going there and try to push you into buying that iPhone or iPad or anything like that.
Yeah.
iPhone and iPad was a bad example, because that company is specifically not pushing us to anything. They're just there and inviting. But I mean, you understand that
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
two different energies.
Like when you were quote unquote selling the pictures when you went I think it was here to the States.
Yes.
You actually were giving people an opportunity to be able to take those memories with them and have them for a long time. So, and that was the reason why they probably paid $20 for a picture or something that they did, but it was so that they could have that memory, right?
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Now, you dream of like a nomadic life by the ocean. Like I know that I love to travel. I don't like being in one place for too long. I start feeling the itch. I like to be gone, right? And go different places and check out. And for the past few years, I've done that. Right now, I'm having to be in one place for the most part, and I am actually okay with it right now. So, which I kind of went between the stability and then wanting to travel and not wanting to deal with, I guess, day-to-day life. So now by diving each day, and embracing the freedom and knowing that we can travel and do all that, how does your personal vision of freedom that you have influence the way you coach women to create theirs?
Oh, what a question. Oh my Lord, what a question. I love that. First of all, like I factually love to dive. And I love being underwater. I love to go with a scuba gear to go under there, and I love to be in the ocean, in the body of water as long as I can because I lived and I was born in Russia, which is 9 to like maybe 7 to 9 months of cold, of snow, of really not that good weather. And then I hoped to move somewhere very warm, and then I moved to Canada with a very, very similar climate. And I'm like, okay, I need to shift and I need to really change something.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe just the fact that I already moved to a completely different place, away from my family, my stability, my friends, I am able right now to see what is impossible. I'm sorry, what is possible for my clients. So the level that I'm bringing from my personal to business is envisioning them in their dream destination much earlier and much brighter rather than they can, first of all, themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can see past their nets. On the very first
Mm.
meeting, I can see past their nets. Because one of us on this conversation has to know what is happening, has to see the depth and the possibility of where it is possible for you to come. And once I see that, then I can tell you, hey, you don't see that in 2 years you will be able to live in Italy. I can see that. I know how it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You've
both
done it.
practically, both tactically, and
Yeah.
also emotionally and mentally. And I'm working right now with a person, and she told me that, yeah, in 2 years I really want to be in Italy. And when we started working, her main core goal for 1 month was to close to clients. And I was like,
Mm.
okay, we are starting there, but the main core reason why I even start working with you is because I want you to get to Italy. I want you to be
Mm-hmm.
in 2 years in Italy. That's the only goal that I have. Whether we will do it through 2 paid clients right now a month, or whether we will do anyhow else, we will choose the road, we will choose the path to get to the destination where you want to be. And then one also very important thing is, why is that important to you? Why do you want to get to Italy? Why do you want to be there? Because so many goals and so many ideas for my clients were as something that they heard from someone, and then because they think that it is cool, they think that it's cool to earn 1 million a month, or I'm sorry, a year. They want to get there, they want to get to that big figure of business, of revenue. No one thinks about, well, are you like, we think that it's equals really big happiness for us. Is it really like bringing us that big happiness? And we like, I need to show and to walk my clients through, hey, yes, we are going to get there first, so you can realize that it's not a happy moment. It's not the moment of, hey, yes, I am the happiest person on earth right now. And then we will dive deep and understand, okay, what do you really want right now?
Mm.
How and what really will make you so happy and so fulfilled, and so like your life so meaningful every single day. And
Mm-hmm.
then we're going there, because like money, Italy, destination, factual one, not every single time will bring the happiness that you really want. Sometimes it's all about, we're just removing that net, I'm not good enough, and I'm already
Mm.
10, 20 times more happy rather than I was before.
Yeah. I had said to my friend one time, my friend Amy, I said to her, I wish that we knew how amazing, how loved, and how beautiful we really were, the same that our parents or our close friends or each other, how we love each other, felt that way about, about how they felt about us, or how I felt
Yes.
about her, how she felt about me. I wish we just were able to love ourselves that much, or and really know the truth of who we are and God, and how much when he created us for a purpose and really like loves us, that we could really see that, because we usually have so much scales and filters and life experience and trauma and past experiences and negative words that other people have said to us that carries with us. And it's like, as you grow older, you start to break through, hopefully you start to break through a lot of that. And which is why it's so important to be around people that are growing, positive, other people that do love themselves, right? Not to the extent of like being a complete narcissist, but as someone who is just pure, kind style type of love. And I pray that like that you do, which I'm sure you do, and then the people that you help mentor and coach, that they have the ability to be able to see that for themselves while they're working with you. I'm going to do 3 rapid fire questions. Okay. So if you could wake up tomorrow and be anywhere in the world by the ocean, where would it be and why?
Belize, because they speak English and they have fantastic diving spots.
Okay. That's awesome. And then what's the one song that instantly makes you feel brave and unstoppable?
Ooh. Well, first I have two. First one is the one that from the movie King Richard. It's about William's sisters in tennis. Highly recommend to watch this movie. And God, the name, I believe You Are Alive. I believe that's the name. And another song that I really love is What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger.
Oh yeah, that's a great song. That's a great song. Okay. And if you had to sum up your coaching philosophy in just 3 words, what would they be?
You are enough.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Of course. Especially 3 words. Oh my Lord. Yeah,
Yeah.
you are enough.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. And that's so true. Excuse me. Thank you. It was interesting because like last week I really had to last weekend I really had to keep reminding myself of our tagline, empower your journey. And it was just like, okay, Jacqueline, like it was just a really bad day for me. And I was like, okay, empower your journey. You have to empower your journey, empower your journey. I was like, wow, I'm so thankful that once I really understood, because I just kind of was like out of this description, I was like, oh, I love that. And then we've been kind of just really understanding what it means and why, deep whys it was chosen. Now, if someone wanted to hire you or find you or, anything, do you have any books that you've written or writing, website, where can people find you?
Yeah, absolutely. The best 2 ways are number 1 via LinkedIn. It's Aly Breathe, and number 2 is in Instagram is aly.breathe.coaching. And the main core thing that I really want you to check is my own podcast where I coach people live. So it's not just an interview, but I'm doing the work with like how do I do that in clients? It's a full mind session. And the main reason why I really want to I really want you to check this out is because you will be able to find in the titles of the episodes some things that you are struggling with, and you can go ahead and experience that session like it was for you. So when you hear me ask a question to a guest, you can pause and you can answer to yourself first, and then treat it like your full coaching session with me. And if that really resonates, please find me anywhere, and I will be able to see whether I can help you in any way or not. And also, if that is possible, I would love to give a gift for every listener, and that gift would be before every podcast episode. The thing that I'm doing with my guests is an energy reset ritual, a grounding practice where we just breathe and realize where we are right now, and remember we are in present, we are here and now, and we are alive and we are safe. And for some, like, every single person came to me and told me, well, that's exactly what I needed. Like, I needed just that. I don't need a full coaching session right now. So I was like, why don't I create that so every single person don't need to come on a podcast and be a guest of mine and just really experience that. So it's free, and you will be able to just have that ritual where you just need 10 minutes, a quiet space, so you can feel alive and happy in your body again.
Oh, I love that. And I did see that link for that in your signature on your email. So we'll make sure that we include that in with that. And then if you can, I didn't see the links in with your bio. So if you can send those to me, that would be amazing. Okay. Aly, thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming on, and it was a pleasure to have you. And I look forward to chatting with you again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I'm so happy how deep and how transformational just this conversation was. And I hope that as many women as possible can really hear that and realize that they are the owner of their life, and they can start changing right now.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you, Aly. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for coming on today with me, the You Are Loved podcast. We do also have a 21-day transformational journal, which will take you through a journey for 21 days, 3 weeks, and you get a free guide with it. So you can download the copy for free, actually, at youarelovedjournal.com, and that will be in the description as well. And I hope everyone has an amazing day.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of You Are Loved. If you have any topic ideas or would like to be a guest on the show, please hit us up on Instagram at youareloved.store.